I'm Jeff Brown. I teach a high school relationships class. In this series, this is the fifth video in the series talking about power in relationships. This one, we're going to be talking about manipulation. There's a lot of different ways to manipulate. We're going to be talking about a few of those things right now so you can recognize when it's happening to you.
Allow me to shed some light on the subject.
Manipulation is really about pushing emotional buttons in order to invoke a particular response, to get them to respond the way that you want to. Now, the most common manipulations that people use have to do with the word FOG. F-O-G is how I get my students to remember, which is fear, obligation, and guilt. Let's talk a little bit about all of these. Now, all of these are oftentimes pushed under the guise of me being your friend, but also making you feel these things to get you to do exactly what I want. So let's start with fear. In Tangled, Mother tries to manipulate Rapunzel to do what she wants by getting her to be afraid of other things, while at the same time pretending to be the one who cares about her the most.
It's a scary world out there. Mother knows best. One way or another, something will go wrong, I swear. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals and snakes. The plague. No, yes, but... also large bugs, men with pointy teeth and stuff.
She also demeans and insults her so that she's afraid to trust her own judgment and will be reliant on her even more.
You won't survive. Sloppy, underdressed, immature, clumsy, please. They'll eat you up alive. Gullible, naive, positively grubby, ditzy, and a bit, well, vague. Plus, I believe, getting kinda chubby. I'm just saying, 'cause I love you much.
Next one is obligation. Now, obligation and guilt are oftentimes closely related because you can manipulate people by making them feel guilty for not living up to their obligations.
What are you doing?
Making you feel guilty. Is it working?
How can I? No. Look at me. Does it look like it's working? No, it's not. All right, kid, you win. Come on, we don't have a second to lose.
You can get people to feel obligated to love you if you sit in the corner and you sulk and say, well, I guess nobody loves me, or I guess nobody wants to help me. You can also get people to feel obligated to help you out if you say, okay, I guess you can do what you need to do. I'll just be here working on this by myself. Again, like always.
Why? Doesn't anyone love me? Isn't there anyone who cares about Sid the Sloth?
Flynn manipulates Rapunzel into doing what he wants by reminding her of her obligations to a mother and making her feel guilty about it.
Does your mother deserve it? No. Would this break her heart and crush her soul? Of course. But you've just got to do it.
Break her heart?
In half.
Crush her soul?
Like a grape.
She would be heartbroken, you're right.
I am, aren't I? Oh, bother. All right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm letting you out of the deal.
Using guilt as a way to control people is an age-old tactic that many parents and teachers and friends have used for a long time. Again, there's a problem with using all these tactics because in the end we end up pushing people away from us because people don't want to feel these things, and so they start to step away. Here's a few examples of using guilt to try and manipulate people to do what you want. In this sketch by Studio C, the man tries to keep the woman from breaking up with him by trying to push as many guilt buttons as possible.
I was beginning to think that you'd forgotten that today was my birthday.
You are the devil. I repeat, you are the devil.
Of course, today's your special day too, seeing how it's our 6-month anniversary.
I mean, can you believe she broke up with him a year ago today? I mean, it was his birthday, first of all, and the day his dog died.
Through my years of teaching, I've also seen many examples where people use guilt to try and get the other person to stay with them. I've even seen people say that they're going to threaten to commit suicide if the other person leaves them. These are control tactics. You should let somebody know what's going on about this and make sure that you can get out of that relationship. You can also make somebody feel guilty by making them feel obligated through something called reciprocity bias. That's where you give them a gift and so they feel obligated to reciprocate in kind. It's a type of manipulation tactic also.
Don't let him bring out any presents, Butterfly. Stop this. No.
What are you gonna call him? He looks like a Toby to me. I used to have a dog named Toby.
Oh, that is an adorable name.
Manipulators can often get family and friends to do what they want, which they like, but in the end, people get sick of being manipulated, so they oftentimes end up leaving them. So these manipulators oftentimes end up alone and then blame their loneliness on everyone else for leaving them.
I need you to break my heart.
I'll try and come back to these in the future so we can talk a little bit more about how to protect yourself against people manipulating you.
In my dimension, like a lot.
With great power comes
Don't
great...
you dare finish that sentence. Don't do it. I'm sick of it.
And stop no more, you'll just upset me. Mother's right.